Hey, coming at you with a little something interesting here today. We're going to go invert some oats. At least I think so. I haven't been to the field yet. It's way back to Baling. It's 40 acres. He's going to bale, I don't know, 5 or... No, he's going to bale maybe 7 or 10 acres of it. We got 130, 140 horse in the front of this. I don't know how much it needs, but I know how much we're going to use. I don't know, this tractor's got the best air conditioning, and it's probably my most fuel efficient tractor with the CVT in it. It just barely drinks any fuel at all, especially when you're not doing PTO work and moving slow. It's a bit bulky, big tractor for this job, but I wouldn't want anything else on it, because I mean, we're a little over half a tank right now. Even if we had to invert the whole 40 acres, and it's on, I think, 25-foot head, so 25 foot every row. There's a lot of rows out there I'm guessing we're going to walk into. He thinks it definitely needs inverted. It's going to be oat straw. Something interesting, something new. We've baled rye, we've baled wheat, we've baled triticale. We have baled oat hay in the past. This will be the first time for oat straw. So always like trying something new. All we got left to do to check off the rest of the small grains would be, I guess, barley, but we've done it all, everything else. Yeah, I have no idea where I'm going, but that sure looks like a straw field way out yonder. It's so weird having such a tiny little thing on this big tractor. I mean, this ain't no Magnum, but it's certainly not a Farm All M. Well, we're going now, finally. I've been in and out like a dozen times. Just pulled the chute off because it was plugging. It just hit that turn, and then it would just plug up the whole thing. It's not like it was a tough plug, but it would build up, I guess. But now that I have that off, and it looks like it's flipping it pretty good, I'm happy with it. I hope we can get this baled tomorrow, maybe even start in on it today. I don't know, I doubt it, but let's get it flipped here and see where we go. We're inverting. They're running a bar rake. I don't know if you can see them. They're the landowners. They're going to small square bale a few loads for themselves, and we're going to big square bale the rest. See that inverter right there in the mirror? It looks pretty cool. I like this. This is a nice fluffy windrow. Not to bash them, but a bar rake could never get something quite as nice as what an inverter or a rotary rake could. The rotary rake just doesn't flip it over quite as well. Otherwise, I'd be out here with that and raking two together. I want to get it dry. We got a lot of rain coming in a couple days. We only have tomorrow to get this baled, so. Going down the last row right now. You can see he's actually, I thought he was only going to rake up while he was baling, but he ended up taking that whole side of the field there, probably 15, 20 acres. I did the other 20, 25 acres. I don't know. There's 40 here, so whatever you want to say. I think we each did about a half. So that really helps speed things up here. We'll get out and see if anything's actually dry. I'm really hoping I can start baling tonight. It's not even 5 o'clock. It's about 5, but it's not quite 5 o'clock yet, so I could probably have everything baled tonight and maybe even get a load home, which would be pretty nice, just in case that rain comes in early tomorrow. But it was kind of tough earlier. I doubt this is going to be ready today, but I don't know. We got a good breeze here. We're fluffing it up good. It is straw. I don't know. We'll see. Well, we're going to go out and see if anything's quite ready to bale oats or just a weird thing. They feel kind of damp, and it's one of those if it was hay, I'd be like, I don't know if this is damp hay or just humidity. It definitely doesn't feel dry. The oats are the same way. It doesn't feel dry, but it's passing a twist test. The inside of the stems, they're hollow and can feel good. Just really weird type of stuff. So I'm gonna put it in a bale here and probe it, feel it some more, and I mean, it's twisting off really nice, like it should. I'm not super worried about it, but just want to make sure we're definitely thinking through this before we get too carried away. But with rain tomorrow evening, and they kind of moved some of that up earlier, I want to get as much done today, if not all of it baled today, some of it hauled. That way tomorrow is just real easy, just cleaning up a couple loads, and we'll be done by early afternoon. So we'll see. I'm thinking it'll go. We're gonna give it a shot. All right, first bale's popped out. Let's see what moisture is. That's right on the verge of what I'd like to be. Big squares, I'd really like to be at 12. Really want to be at 12. We'll do another bale or two and double check. Oh, let's go check that guy. Well, we're bailing. It seems to be going pretty good. We're up to, that's a 6. It's actually 5. I tripped the knotter right away to not have a half bale of hay mixed in. I wanted to just get that alfalfa bale knocked out. So technically there's only 5 bales of straw made because it measures that knot on that baler, or considers that a tie, because I tripped it when we were getting the clover bale out of the chamber before I came to the field while the baler wasn't running. So when I started the PTO here with a zeroed out bale count, you counted that bale, and I should have cleared it again, but I didn't. Could be going a touch faster for sure, but I don't feel like plugging. Haven't plugged yet, but I can see it. Sometimes seems like it wants to build up just a hair, so even right now it seems like it is. I don't know how much you can see on the camera, but this is a good enough pace. It'll keep us moving for the night. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if I get up here a little bit. That half bale right there, that's 9 acres of alfalfa. 9 acres of second cut alfalfa. Beautiful hay, don't get me wrong. That's it though. 2/3 of one big square bale. 400 pounds, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, 400 or 500 pounds, whatever it is. That's like 10 small squares. That's a bale an acre for small squares if you want to do that math. It's, yeah. It just needed mowed. Maybe should have just bush hogged it. I don't know. It is what it is. We'll feed it. It'll be hay for the goats and sheep. They'll like it. Get a use for it, so it ain't the end of the world. But yeah, I probably got more wrapped up in it with fuel and time and everything than obviously what the bale's worth. But I don't own a bush hog, and I wasn't going to leave rows there. The few rows that there's a few spots that stick where it can start killing stuff underneath, and then just leave a bunch of trash that we'll rake into our next cutting. I didn't really want that, but I don't know. Oh well. It's built, it's done, so we'll take it. And hopefully we can get baling here today. Like I said, up to 5 bales now. We're not getting anything too crazy for throughput, but we are slowly chipping away at it. Well, it's slow going, but still feels like we're making some good progress. We're moving along at 4.7 mile an hour. You can see we got some point rows here. We're going to get baled up, and then we're going to be into the long rows, which will be nice. We're out there bucking bales. I'd like to say it looks like fun, but it doesn't. I'm glad I'm not doing that. Don't get me wrong, we have a kick baler. So we don't have to get stacked wagons, but I've spent enough time on wagon stacking them, both for myself, for others, and then obviously a lot of people I've helped in high school and everything have had kick balers or these balers. I've spent enough time on the wagons unloading or putting them in the barns for others, and then we put up a lot ourselves on too, or especially this year. I haven't helped as much as I normally do, but I've spent enough time in the barn on that stack or on unloading the wagon. At some point I'd rather just automate it, but somebody said about doing it that way. Keeps your costs a lot lower, I can tell you that. I started looking at the price of some of this. Whether you're on a tie grabber, an accumulator, or some sort of bundler, the additional depreciation, fuel, twine, it adds up. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's no way I could scale and keep doing what I'm doing without labor. So I mean, I think the labor's offset. It's going to be kind of a wash, or darn close. Even if we lose a little bit of margin by going that direction, it gets me more done in a day, allows us to scale and run more and gain that additional margin back, kind of in a way. So we lose the margin on a per bale basis, but we gain it on a per ton basis, averaged out over the whole year, because now we can bale more small squares, and instead of having to put more in big squares or round bales, because the margin's in small squares. So yeah, per bale cost will go up if we go that direction, but our total capacity for the year will increase, and our total margin per ton will increase if all goes well. Perfect world, the way I hope and think it could, it should, right? Not to say this stuff doesn't have okay margin, it's much better than round baling, but I like doing small squares. But man, there's so much work in it. I got to figure something out. No, we're plugging away here. Like I said, we ain't got a ton left, and then we're gonna be back over there. It's about 8 o'clock. I feel like I should be further along. We're only like 20 bales in, so I don't know. I probably could be trying to drive a lot faster. I just don't want to plug it. don't want to tear nothing up. It's no sense in getting too excited. That's when mistakes are made and problems happen, and you don't really gain any of that time back you were hoping to save. And then maybe you have some more cost with it too. That's never fun. So this keeps me from breaking something and keeps me in the seat here in the air conditioner longer. I suppose I'd rather sit in the seat for an extra half hour than be home a half hour earlier and have spent 15 minutes of that, 20 minutes of that, half hour of that under the tongue of this baler unplugging the pickup. That's never fun. All right, we're done baling for the day. I think dew setting in, it's starting to hit like 14 and 15 a lot more often than I want. Still seeing some 12s. I want to be under 12. So with it being that, I'm just going to quit for the day and hope we don't get rained out tomorrow. Forecast says tomorrow's good until late evening. We'll see how accurate that all is, but got some really nice bales here. I got a couple I marked with some twine. I know are wet, just had some wet spots, but yeah, we got one gooseneck load out here. We'll probably end up with another load and a half for tomorrow. Should be pretty easy to get that all picked up. I think we're selling one of our sows tomorrow. I'm trying to downsize. If not, maybe get out of hogs altogether. We tried it. I don't think it's really going to work for us, but at least want to downsize so the bleeding isn't so bad on it. You know, you got to stop the bleeding at some point. It's not making money. It's just taking a lot of time for what it does. So it's just, I think you need to start pulling back on that a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I was hoping to just keep baling until we're done, because, you know, another hour I would have been pretty close. But then we'll take what we get here. Got to get this guy unhooked. I'm going to get the chute back on it, because that's in the middle of the field. I took it off. It wouldn't work with the chute on, so we'll get that put on and hook this and start staging bales. I think my wife's coming out with the gooseneck. I'm going to the shield that's over there. There's my wife. This should be pretty quick and easy. Get this loaded up and head on home. Running out of daylight. We got half a trailer load. We got 12 on. I'm going to shoot for 24 and call it a night. 24 will be plenty. Plus, shoot, where'd that bale? Oh, right here. It's right in front of me. This bale of hay. Plus that. So 25 bale. Plus this little stubby little guy. Hey, dude, you helping me? Well, it's the next day now. We got rain coming at 7 tonight, they said. Allegedly. We're going to give this a shot here. It felt good. We're going to get a baler or two knocked out here. Probe them, check them. They got one wagon left they're going to fill. I think he said he's coming out in about an hour to start baling. So I didn't want to start too early and then be waiting on them to finish baling, but I didn't want to start too late and lose my entire evening. Or have the rain come in early and screw us. My wife's grandparents are coming up. They're coming down from Michigan today. They're going to be here in a couple hours, so I'm going to miss a lot of that. But if we get this wrapped up at a reasonable time, I'll still have a couple hours with them and catch up with them for dinner and go from there. But the big thing is I just want to beat the rain shower here this afternoon. My dad's going to come out this evening, later on, a couple hours to haul some wagons out here to get loaded up. I think we only need a couple wagons. It should be pretty quick and easy, but first it's got to be dry. Tomorrow I got some soil samples to run up to the elevator they're going to send in for me. I got fields I want to check tonight after we go out to eat with the in-laws. See how tall they are. If we got at least 3 to 6 inches of growth on them, assuming we don't get an inch of rain overnight, that we can still get across the fields tomorrow with a sprayer. I want the elevator to get in there and spray them with that molasses, foliar. That stuff just does phenomenal. The one field we have that's the furthest from home that keeps getting all these rain events, we've gotten some, but nowhere near that. Like, we've maybe gotten 7/10 in the last couple weeks, or since second cut was off, we've gotten 7/10. Well, I think that field's probably gotten at least 2 or 3 inches. Both fields, my home field of third cut and then that field of third cut, are the only fields I have that are ready to be made, I guess, if you will. Those are the earlier made second cuts. I'll put it that way. All of our second cut is completed though, but those earlier ones, they're both about ready to make for hay. The one at my home place is ready now, but it's going to keep raining forever, so I'm not sure when we'll get in there. At my home place, we've gotten 7/10 of rain. It's knee-high in the really good spots, maybe 8 inches tall in the bad spots, and there's a lot of bad spots. But the field up north, now it's split between 2 fields, and on the west end it's pretty variable, kind of like my home farm. Knee-high, 8 inches. Knee-high, 8 inches. But then the east 10 acres of that, it's pretty well, I'd say, a foot tall in the worst spots, with the average of the field being close to knee high, with a lot of it, maybe not a ton of it, but a good bit of it being mid-thigh, and at least mid-thigh, possibly some of it even waist high, and it's starting to lay over. And this is third cutting. It's crazy. So I know that these sprays are working. Now that's got some really good ground there, so that's helping, and it's gotten the rain. The molasses, the foliar, I think just pushes it over the edge. So I really want to get these fields sprayed before this rain comes, so I can really just take advantage of that and just take off like a weed and get us a nice third cut, because we have a lot of acres that we just finished up second cut on that did very, very, very poorly. So I really want to try to make it up with a third cutting. So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully check those later this evening, and if they're good and we can get across them with a spray tomorrow and the elevator has time to get across them with a spray tomorrow, I want them out there getting those sprayed. I want to get AMS down on my grass field at home possibly tomorrow. We'll see. There's a lot of things I'd like to do, but I'll take the rain, but I certainly wouldn't mind a ½ inch at most overnight, and then we get the remainder of the inch or 2 inches or 3 or 4 inches that they're calling for after we get some of these applications done. But we'll see. First, we gotta finish baling. She's heading home. Stuff's checking out dry. Look how glossy and shiny this oat straw is. Not a ton left. We did lose the twine in our number 2 knotter. What happened there? I don't know. See if we can find the other end. Oh, that's a bale. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes it just happens. Could be bad twine on the end of the ball where I tied them together or something. So what you do is you pull a bunch of it. Get about, I don't know, about like that much. And then you just tie a few knots in this and drop it down in the chamber, and the next slab will compress it and hold this twine in there. It won't help this bale that it's mistied on, but at least the twine finger will get pushed down like so and have tension on it, so it's here and ready to tie when the next cycle goes, and you don't lose the twine altogether. So that's how I do it. There's really nothing to tie up here that I'm aware of, so we'll just drop it down in there, and we'll get baling again. I want to kill a little bit of time because I'm going to finish way sooner than what I think they will, because they're not here yet. I'm thinking they're going to be here hopefully within the ½ hour, but I can be about done with the whole field in an hour, and I want to make sure there's enough left for them. I don't want to be waiting on them too much, but I don't want to be, I don't know. Anyway, let's get this going. Here's what I'm looking at. Here's knotters are contained underneath this shield right here, but this is what you look at from the cab. Now if the monitor's working, it tells you when you have a mistie. I noticed this long before the monitor told me. It takes a little bit to time out and tell you, hey, something's wrong. So see how these 4 are down? This tells you there's no tension on that individual knotter. So I knew something was up. I knew I was gonna have to get out and check it, but I finally got new straw in the chamber. I was gonna get out and check moisture anyhow. I wasn't hoping to have to fix twine. That's minor, very minor, not a big deal, especially being in the middle. We had 2 bales yesterday. It was on the outside. The first 2 bales we've had in the last 100, but they were tied together, so really one bale created a 2 bale issue. They held together long enough to be on a trailer. Hopefully we get them in the barn. But yeah, so that's what you're watching. They're supposed to be like a big circle, like, I don't know, like that big, I think. I don't know, people call them lollipops. You can see there's the remnants of a little bit of one. It's all broken off. I don't think it's worth putting new on because I can see them just fine, but I think they're supposed to be bigger so you can see them better. I mean, it's just straw at the end of the day, but it is shiny and pretty. This oat stuff is nice. Let's see, get her zeroed out, push that in. I like seeing an 8.6, 8.5. That's a really good place to be. There's a 9. .99. Cool. Very happy with that. Means we're good to run. And this baler's been beat on a little before I bought it. I'm guessing they backed into something. There's a big dent in the roller. I think the top of it had something fall on it. I don't know if a barn or something, because you can see right there that gap closes. Still works fine. Not a big deal, but I don't know. It's been a pretty good baler for us with all things considered. So there's a broken spring. That's your twine hold down tension. I don't know. I can't really focus this right now. It's too dirty. You can see that one standing out where I'm baling. My dad's learned how to drive that tractor. I mean, he can figure it out. It's pretty easy. He's used to like power shifts and whatnot, not CVTs. So he's used to using the clutch. He won't need it on that now that he's out of park. Bailing up. They got their wagon half full, so I'm thinking I can just keep bailing this area. it's plugging away pretty good. Not a ton of bales so far. We're at 40 and there's a half bale of hay, so like 39 bales of straw. All right, we're all done. 46 bales, that's the last of it there. We'll have to come back to get that and the inverter that's sitting over there, ready to go home. Not too shabby for a day. It's gonna be a, hopefully we make it home. I don't know how good the tires are on those wagons, but yeah, I'm sure it'll be all right. We're only going like 3 miles. And it's looking dark to the northwest. I think we're getting rain tonight. Let's get this hooked up and get out of here. Field's empty though. That's a good feeling. Well, everything's in the barn. So you can see that whole stack there is where we put everything, 46-ish bales. Now it's dark. Even got the inverter home. I think it's 46 bales we end up with. I see a lot of lightning now. Hear a lot of thunder. Man, the sky, I love a good storm. I love how they look. Don't like the destruction if they tear stuff up, but I do love a good storm. Yeah, 46 bales of oat straw. Happy about it. We just looked at a couple fields on our way home from dinner with her grandparents. They look really good. I mean, we're talking 4 or 5 inches of growth. So if we don't get too much rain to get out there tomorrow, I want those sprayed. And we're gonna get some hopefully AMS on our ground here. And we got one more field to check yet tonight, and then call it a day. But thanks for watching.